For the idealist Dharmakīrti, however, it is a challenge, since he does not accept their external existence. Therefore, what sort of analogy can be possible? The key expression for both the realist and the idealist is representation. Since the speeches and actions in others' bodies appear to us, this appearance necessitates the special processes of other consciousness. The representations containing images of external marks of other minds appearing in our mind in the form of the other's speeches and movements would not have occurred if the special processes of other consciousness were not there. The speciality of the processes is their characteristics of being internal motivations for speeches and purposive actions. But the question is, do we really know this speciality or just assume it? Dharmakīrti says that our internal motivations are subjectively perceived and verbalized as I speak and I go. The externality of marks in our case are cognized internally as well as externally. However, in the representation of external marks related to others are cognized externally only. The internal support in this case is that the purposive moments in other bodies are not causally induced by our mental states. An epistemic certainty about the causal relationship between mental and bodily activities along with two enables us to claim he or she speaks and he or she goes, and these moments result from the motivations internal to others. Thus, the others have minds. A realist can turn skeptic at this juncture and ask, why not believe that the representations in which the moments of others' bodies appear are not caused by any special conscious processes in others? Why don't we consider them automatic? Dharmakīrti responds, if it is not accepted, then there can be no such feeling of causal relationship even in our own case. The above argument, however, imposes another conclusion, that every speech and purposive behavior has an internal motivation. But this is not acceptable. There are instances of our moments that are not prompted by internal motivations, such as the flight of stones, showing by others, and the influences of hypnotism. Moments under these influences are involuntary. One may argue on behalf of Dharmakīrti that such exceptions are no constraints to infer the existence of the mind on the basis of the fact of purposive activity in general, showing by others, and the influences of hypnotism, given the fact that inference provides the knowledge of universal only. Dharmakīrti says that the mind that creates an external manifestations is precisely its direct cause, and when the mind represents the marks of other minds, the other consciousness plays the role of regulating cause. The above concern of generality, however, leaves one wondering, what is actually known through inference? Is the mind of another person known through it? These questions are also relevant due to the nature of inference in Buddhism. Inference in Buddhism is believed to reveal only general features, samanya lakshana. But knowledge of the mind can be claimed only when the mind is apprehended with its uniqueness, that is, particularity and subjectivity. Dharmakīrti insists that another person's mind is known in general, not in particular. The specific features of the mind are known only through perception, which is an immediate non-conceptual access, and the other minds are not perceptually available. If inferential cognition were to reveal the unique features of its object, there could be no difference between perceptual and inferential cognition. Moreover, if the inference were to reveal the unique features, and given the fact that the revelation of these features is wedded to the present, it, that is inference, would have not been able to connect to the occurrences of the future or past, which it does. And if the objects of inference were related to the present, they would also be causally efficacious, artha kriya samartha, which is contrary to the claims of Buddhist epistemology. One may raise another question. If inference provides the knowledge of only general features which are causally inefficacious, what is the ground for the reliability of this means of knowledge? And if the inference is unreliable, what would happen to the veracity of the inferential claim about the existence of other minds? Dharmakīrti's response to these queries is the following. The reliability of inferential knowledge lies in its inducement of successful behavior rather than a correct representation of reality. And the attribution of mind to other person is necessary for a meaningful behavioral transaction with them. In the last part of his Santanantara Siddhi, Dharmakīrti considers the knowledge of ascetics, yogins, and the omniscience of the Buddha with respect to other minds. Do they know the other minds directly? Dharmakīrti denies the possibility of knowing the other minds directly. He says that ascetics cannot know the other minds directly. Like any ordinary person, their knowledge also involves the dichotomous structure of apprehending subject, grahaka, and apprehended object, grahya. They, however, apprehend the other minds with greater clarity through a resemblance of the functioning of their own minds, which is causally responsible for their speech and their behavior. And since Buddha's omniscience transcends the categories of our understanding, we are unable to say whether he knows the other minds or not.